In this video I'm going to show you how to use the Typography Sketch Photoshop action and also the bonus action that comes with the Typography Sketch, and that's the Scribble Sketch Photoshop action. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this photo here as an example for demonstration of the Typography Sketch Photoshop action. So I'm just going to use this photo and just brush over the subject, play the action, and this is what I'm going to create. Okay, so as you can see, what the action does, it will create this sketch effect that's made from typography. Okay, and the text here is the fully editable, so you can put your own text, your own font, font style, letter spacing, line height, and so on. Okay, and so you can make any changes to the text that you like. And also what we have here is I have just here I have kept the original colors of my photo. Okay, so you can keep it black and white, but you can also keep your original photo colors. And what you can also do, you can just colorize the typography, okay, with any color that you like. Okay, so and for demonstration of the Scribble Sketch Photoshop action, I'm going to use this photo here, brush over the subject, play the action, and this is what I'm going to create. And the Scribble Sketch creates this sketch effect made by these scribbles, and there are 3 styles that you can choose from. Excuse me. And you can also choose your own. You can keep your original photo colors, change the scribble colors, change the background colors, and so on. Okay. So I'm just gonna close these windows. Just gonna keep this photo here. And what I'm going to, first I'm going to show you a few more examples that I made using these actions. Okay, so from this photo, brushed over there, play the action. This is what I got. Yeah, I have forgot. I have turned off by accident here the brush layer, so I have just brushed over the subject here. I have expanded the canvas also. Okay, and this is the result. Okay, so let me just close this. And let's get back to our photo. So first, as I said, I'm going to demonstrate the typography sketch. So first, the thing that you need to check if you when you open up your photo, okay, is that your photo is a background layer. Okay, so if it's something like this or anything else, just go to layer, new, and choose background from layer. So it must be called a background and have this lock icon. Okay, and I'm gonna show you now a few more things that you need to check, and all the things that I show you need to check also for using this action as well. Okay, so now just go to image mode, and make sure your photo is in RGB color mode, 8-bit canal. Okay, and go to the image size, and your photo should be at least 2000 pixels wide or high. Okay, the action will work with lower sizes as well, but for better results it's best to use at least 2000 pixels wide and high, and resolution can be from 70 to 300. Okay, so, and also just click on the little arrow here, go to the panel options, and just make sure you got the add copy to copy layers and groups option checked. Okay, so to load the action, just go to window, actions, and click on the little arrow here, load actions, and let's load the typography sketch. So the typography sketch will appear in your actions panel, and what you got here is typography sketch and create brush action. Okay, and let's just load the Scribble Sketch action as well. So here it is, and you got the 3 styles I said to choose from. Okay, and now you got to load the brushes. So you can just take a brush tool, go right click anywhere on your photo, and just click on the little gear here, load brushes, and just choose the brushes that can be downloaded. Okay, so the brushes will appear here, and I have already loaded the action before, so I have duplicate them. Actually, so to avoid the duplicating, you just go, you can choose to replace the brushes, okay? Another problem. So after you check all these things, what you need to do now is just to make a new layer, okay? And just name it brush, just like this. And pick a brush tool and choose a foreground color. You can choose any color, color does not matter. Okay, and just make sure your opacity of the brush is set to 100. And all you have to do now is to just brush over your photo and play the action, okay? So just brush like this. Also, sometimes it's easier to make a selection and then fill it with the colors. So how could you do that is to just select your background photo, okay? Pick a magic wand tool, set some tolerance, and for example, select the background. And then go to select and just invert selection. And now select your brush layer and go to edit fill and just fill it with a foreground color. Okay, you can also do brushing it that way. Sometimes you can just use smooth to smooth out a little bit the selection or feather option. And also what I want to do here is to expand the canvas size, so I need to have a little bit more space over here. Okay, so my effect doesn't come out a little bit cropped. Okay, so just go to image canvas size, and I would like to add something like 500 pixels. Split it on the both sides, okay, and just click OK like this. And this difference does not matter, of course, because the background will not be visible after you play the action. And I'm just gonna open my PSD file because I already done the brushing before. Okay, so let me just close this. I have done the brushing before, and all you have to do now is to play the action. But first thing I want to show you is how to create your own brushes. Okay, so using this action, so you can use the brush, you can use your own text there. Okay, so you'll see here that you got the first 5 brushes are for the Scribble Sketch. Okay, and all of these other brushes are for the Typography Sketch Photoshop action. Okay, so these brushes have some random text. Okay, let me just show you. Something like your text goes here, your text goes, okay. So you can practicing with these ones here, but I'm gonna show you how to use your own text. Okay, so just go to File, Open, and open the main file that you got, and you see these 3 PSD files. So this file is for creating the first brush, and this one for second and third brush. So just open it like this one. And what you got here, we actually needed PSD for creating a brush is just because you just set the proper size of the brush, okay? So this is something like a guide for a size of your brush. So you can just pick a type tool, and these are the 2 layers, okay? And the text is, you can just now paste your text here. It's set as a paragraph, and what you can do also, go to right click and choose convert to point text, and the old text outside this paragraph will be cropped. Okay, and what you can do now, you can just press Ctrl A or Command A for Mac and select the whole text, and you can just change the font, okay, to any font that you like. And you can also change the font style, the font size, okay, or what I like to do is to change the alignment like this, and then just crop some, actually remove some letters like this, okay, just like the other one, double click there, so just make the same settings, just like this, and then you can crop some lines like this. Okay, so you can also pick a lasso tool, go right click, free transform, and you can rotate this, move, scale. Okay, so after you make your text as you like, okay, your brush like this, all you have, you also got the layer mask here, so you can experiment with that if you wish to remove some parts of the text, okay, with a soft brush or some of these scribble brushes, something like this, okay. All you have to do now is to play the create brush action, okay. Just gonna click play. And here you have the message says now go to window brushes and make the settings as shown in the screenshot for brush that you are creating. Then just right click on your photo and click on the file icon under the gear icon to create your brush. Click stop to proceed. Okay, so what you have to do now is to just pick a brush tool, and this is the brush that you have just created. It's found over here. And now when you go to window brush, and you need now to make the settings proper here. So I'm just gonna minimize the window, okay, and just open the folder that can be downloaded, okay, and open the brush settings screenshots here, and here we got the screenshots for the brush 1, and here we got the screenshots for brush 2 and 3, okay. So you can just open this one here, and you can see here for the brush type shape, you just need to make spacing 10, okay. All these settings you can leave them as default as you got, okay. And here you can see the settings for shape dynamics, for scattering, okay, and for transfer. So just make these settings, and what you can also do is to select any of the first brushes. Okay, so this is the first brush, and this is the second and the third brush. Okay, so your brushes, your first brush need to have settings like this first, your second like this second, and the third like this one. Okay, and then you got again the first, second, and third brush, and so okay. So what you can do is to select this brush over here, and you can select some of the settings, and then select your brush, and then just check these settings that you got selected there, and probably you will get the settings the same as in that brush. You will not have to take a look at the screenshot and type them manually. Okay, so try with that. Just select the brush type here, move this, change this to 10. So now just click on your photo and just click on this little icon here. Okay, just click OK, and you don't need this brush before. Okay, so this brush doesn't have any settings. So if you would just make some file demonstrate, you see the effect, okay, and you can see the effect from this brush over here. Okay, so you got your first brush. Now what you have to do is to open the brush 2 folder, okay, and again after you make your typography looks as you like, just play the create brush action again, and now it's the same. You can just open the brush panel, okay, window brush, and so I'm just going to remove this brush. I don't need it, so I'm just going to hold the Alt button, click over there, or Option for a Mac, and this is your new brush, and the same, it doesn't have a proper settings. So again, just select some of these second brushes. So okay, for this one, for example, or this one, let's see. Okay, so second brush can be this one, this one, this one, and so on. Okay, so always select the second, or just check the main download and just make these settings. Actually, the second and third brush have the same settings, so you can select any brush. Just don't select the first ones, okay, the smaller ones. So I'm just going to select, for example, this one, second or third. Just select the settings to make sure I will get the same settings, and now you're going to select a new brush and check all these settings. You can see that you'll have the same settings. Always just change the spacing 10, okay, and now just right click on this icon, you got the new brush. So also remove this one. And on the same way, you're making your third brush. Okay, so I'm not going to make more brushes because I'm going to use some of these brushes that I made already. Okay, so just show you how can you create your own brushes. So all you have to do now is to just select your Typography Sketch Photoshop action and play. Click on play button, and the action will stop for 3 times to ask you to choose a brush. So the first time you'll choose the first brush, second on the second brush, and third time you choose your third brush. So I'm just going to use this these 3 brushes that you already got. Okay, you can use some of these or your own 3 brushes that you got. Okay, so I'm going to fasten the video here and get back when the first message pop-ups. Okay, so here we got the first message. So it says, now click the right click on your photo and just select the first brush that you have made. And it says here using the PSD file name brush 1. Click stop to proceed. So just going to click stop and pick a brush tool. And just going to select the first brush. Okay, so you'll select your first one that you have made if you want to use your own. Click enter and just play the action again. Okay, so here we got the second message, and it just says you now have to select the second brush that you have made using the PSD file name brush 2. Okay, so just going to select my second brush and play the action again. Okay, and here is the last message. It says now just select the third brush that you have made using the PSD file name brush 3 on the same way you have selected the first one. Okay, so just click OK, click stop actually, and just going to select my third brush. Okay, and click play the action again, and I'm gonna fasten the video here again, and I'm going to get back when the action is finished, and then I'm going to show you how can you customize your results that you get to get most out of the effect. Okay, so the action has just stopped. So first I'm just gonna close the actions panel, and the first thing that you probably want to do is to quickly close down all these folders. Okay, and how to quickly do that is to just hold Control Alt buttons for a PC or Command Option for a Mac, and just click on this little arrow here while this group is selected, and it will be automatically selected by the action key. Okay, so that's it. And let's see what we got here. So this is the brush layer, and this is the brush layer that you have made in the beginning of the video. And what you got this layer here is for the case you wish to use your same photo with the same brush area, but you wish to try different brushes. All you have to do is to just delete these 2 folders, make a new brush that you want to use, and just play the action again. Okay, so that's why you got this layer. You don't have to brush all over again if you wish to use the same photo. So just gonna turn it off, and what we got here is the overall sharpen. And first, actually, I'm just gonna show you how to customize the main folders. I'm just gonna if you're happy with this result, you can now just control the sharpen by changing its opacity. Okay, but if you wish to customize your result, you should turn off this layer and then make it again after you're finished with customization. And why that is going just to go show you that later. So let's just go to the main folder called Typography Sketch to firstly customize our the main effect. Okay, so I like to start from customizing the subject. Okay, but let's go from here. Okay, so this is the this says add highlights brush white. So all you have to do is to pick a soft brush that you can got with the brushes that you have loaded, and just choose the foreground color as white. You can just lower this opacity like this, and just click like these places where you wish to add highlights. Okay, just like that. And also you got the opacity here, so you can just click on this word opacity and drag it aside to change the highlights density. Okay, just like that. And here it says use original photo colors. So if you just turn on this layer, you'll get your original photo colors, and also you got the layer that says extend original colors. So if you turn on this one, your colors will extend to sketch, okay, outside of your subject. And what you can also do is to, if you wish to make this extend the color more, to have more density, you can just duplicate this layer. Okay, just go press Ctrl G or Command G, or go right click and just choose the duplicate layer. So you can see the difference. It's have much more saturated colors. So I'm just going to merge these 2 layers. So you can hold Control or Command to select the both layers, and just go to merge layers and just change its color, blending mode to color. Okay, just like that. And what you also got here is you got the layer mask here. So let's just go step back. So just going to remove this layer for now. So you got the layer mask here. So if you select this layer mask, just going to turn off this. you select this layer mask and choose a black color here. Just get back opacity 100. You can just brush over the places where you wish to remove the color. Okay, so you can just colorize a specific part of your photo, and you can then set the foreground color to white and just brush on the places that you wish to colorize. Okay, so I'm not going to use colors now. Okay, and it's the same with this layer. So you can also brush with a black on the place where you don't wish to colorize these extended colors. Okay. What we got here is a reveal. It says reveal original photo, brush right into a mask. So if I turn off this mask, I'll get my subject visible. Okay, so what I like to do is to select this layer mask and pick a brush tool, set foreground color to white, just lower the size, and just brush on some parts of the subject, just like this, to make them more visible. And then just click on the word opacity and just lower the opacity so it's blended. It blends better with the effect. Okay, just like this. See the difference? And this is the your subject folder. So if you just turn off this, you only have a sketch. So this layer is your subject, and just open the folder. And what you got these three layers here. So you see these layers got lowered opacity, so you can, if you wish to make your subject better visible, you can just click here and drag into side. Okay, make it better visible. So just gonna make opacity like this. Okay, and you can also select this layer mask and just remove some parts if you like. Okay, and this layer got the blending mode to normal set, and this one has the soft light. Okay, so just gonna turn on this one and to add a little bit more detail and just lower the opacity, just like this. And also you can now I can also now select this layer mask and also remove this effect in some places if you like. Okay, so sometimes when you were brushing, if you have brushed a little bit outside of your subject and you will have some white edges, okay, and you can just select your main subject folder, layer mask of your subject folder, and with the black color here, pick a soft brush, lower the opacity, and just brush onto the edges like this to avoid that. Okay, or you can see which layer gives you the most of that, and you can just brush over there, or I'm just gonna lower the opacity like this. So I just gonna make a better transition there, okay, between the photo and the effect. So just gonna brush like that. Okay, so that's it. And just let me just select this layer mask again. Just wanna brush with the white a little bit over here. Okay, and what we got here is just gonna lower a little bit like this. So also you can increase details even more with this layer here. And what you got here is the subject brightness layer. So when you double click there, you can just move these three pointers, okay, to change the brightness. You can always click on this layer to get them to the default settings. Just gonna use these settings here. And what we got here, it says add subject edges. So when you turn on that layer, let me just zoom in a little bit, so you can see that the edges of your subject will be visible. And you can play with the opacity, so just click and drag it aside. Okay, just gonna add a little bit of opacity to give just a little bit of the edges. And also you got a layer mask here, so you can remove the edges in some places. You can just brush with a black brush. Okay, and of course you can then brush with the white to get back some edges that you have removed. Okay, and what we got here is the sketch folder. So this is actually your all these typography effects are in this folder. And you get the layer mask here, so you can remove the sketch in some places if you like. So what we have here is the small typography, and the small typography is actually here the most visible. Okay, it's making the most of the feel, it's filling the most your subject. Okay, and here we have the medium one and the large one. Okay, so this small typography is made from the first brush that you got, this from second, and this from third brush that you got. So you got these color layers, fill layers above each of them, so you can just double click on that and just change the color. Okay, and for the first brush, for the small typography, I usually use some darker colors like this. Okay, for example, for this one you can use really any colors. Okay, just like this. So this is something like I have shown you in the beginning. So one example was something like this, and in the second one I have been using the original colors, okay, with this layer duplicated so they got more density. Okay, and what you can do now, what you can do also here is to select this layer and fill layer there, press Ctrl or Command G, or go right click duplicate layers to make this that sketch layer more visible. You can employ the opacity. Okay, and you can of course select any of these, turn them off if you like, or play with the opacity. Okay, just like that. And here we got the add vignette layer, so you can just turn it off, turn it on, sorry, and you can just click here to increase the opacity, make it more visible. You can change the appearance, the look actually of this vignette effect by right click here and go to Refine Mask, and then you can shift the edge as you like. Okay, and what you got more here is a background color layer. So with a double click there, you can choose any color. Okay, I'm just gonna use white as default. And after you finish with customizing all of these, just go to adjustments. You got the overall brightness, so just double click there, and you can just play with these pointers, with these points. Okay, you can change their positions for different effects, and you can always get them back to default by clicking once on this arrow. So just gonna use default, and this is the overall saturation layer. So when you turn it on, you'll see nothing changes. And this layer will take effect only if you have changed the color here, or you're using these layers. So you can see the difference. Okay, or for example, if you got some colors here. Okay, and as I'll show you, you can just double click there and change the saturation. Okay, by moving this pointer. Okay. Just gonna use black and white effect now, and this is the real sharpen. So why I said that you need to turn off this layer is because this layer is giving a sharpen, and when you move this layer, you see it got some lines. Okay, there's lines. So it's giving a sharpen to your photo, but if you make some changes to your sketch, or okay, then this layer will still have a sharpen effect made for the first effect that you got, so it will not give you a proper sharpen. Okay, so you just have to delete. Okay, and then make a new layer above all layers and go to image, iPlay image. Okay, and then go to filter, other high pass. You probably have it already here, but anyway, go here and just set radius to 2 pixels, and just change the blending mode to overlay. And now all you have to do is to click on the word opacity and drag it aside and control the sharpen. Okay, so be careful of this. So just gonna use something like this, and just gonna brush a little bit more with the black here over the subject to blend it a little bit over here. Okay, and also what you can do is to select this vignette layer, make a new layer above that, and pick a brush tool, pick the foreground color, and now you can choose any of these brushes that you got to make some additional lines. Okay, it's depending on your look of your photo. It can happen that some areas are not filled, okay, because on your photo that area is, for example, one flat color. Okay, so you can just pick some brush and fill that areas just like this. Okay, you can just draw with your brush, or you can also add some. You can add some lines. Okay, just click once like this. So you can use these brushes that you have made, of course, or any others here to make to add additional sketch layers. Okay, so let's just quickly see the before and after. So from this we got this. Okay, so I will close this window now, and I'm just gonna customize this one here. I'm just gonna demonstrate now the Scribble Photoshop action. So I'm also gonna expand the canvas size here. So I'm just gonna click on this letter here to add space over there. Just gonna add 200 pixels, and just gonna add here at the bottom about 300 pixels like this. And you need to check all the things that I have shown at the beginning, so that your photo is a background layer, RGB, color mode, 8-bit channel, image size, and panel options. And your brush is already loaded for both actions. And if you load the action, all you have to do is to make a new layer. You can also make it from over here, layer, new layer. Name it brush, brush over your photo, and play the action. So I have already done the brushing before for this photo as well. So here it is. So all you have to do now is to select the action, okay, and just choose the style and play the action. And here you will not have any messages, okay, to select the brushes. The brush will be selected automatically. So just gonna choose the style one and play the action. So I'm going to fasten the video here again, and as soon as the action is finished, I'm going to show you how to customize the effect. Okay. Okay, so the actions here just finished, so I'm just gonna close the actions panel again, and also hold Control Alt for Command Option for Mac. Click this letter to close all the folders. So the action has all the same layers as the Typography Sketch. The only difference is in this folder here. Okay, so you don't have these layers are not they are not the typographies. They're the Scribble layers. Okay. So you can customize the effect in the same way. So I'm just going to show you how I usually customize these results. I usually open the both. I customize on this way effects for Scribble and for Typography Sketch also. So I just open the subject folder first and play with this opacity here. So just gonna pick a soft brush. Smooth out some areas. I'm just gonna lower this. Okay, just gonna brush over there. Now I'm just gonna reveal the brush over the layer. This layer mask to reveal original photo. Lower the opacity to make a better blending. Okay. Okay, so you brush with the white, a little bit here with the black. Because I don't want to reveal this area here, as it got some white areas from the background. Now I'm just going to turn on these layers and just going to select this one. I'm not going to use this layer mask because I want to colorize the whole effect. Just going to duplicate this layer here and merge them. So you just go to Control E or go to merge layers and change the color. You can even duplicate this layer more and more. It depends how much you wish to colorize this. It depends how much you wish to make these extended color saturated. So just like that. And just gonna brush with the black a little bit over here to make a better blending. And gonna select the highlights, so choose the white color here, increase the size, leave the opacity like this, and just add some highlights. Okay, change the opacity, and just check over here. Okay, just gonna add the subject edge, and I'm just gonna remove it. So I'm going to use a black color here to remove it on those areas that I have actually removed from the subject to make a better blending, just like that. Okay. So it depends how much details of the edges you wish to show. You can change this opacity. Okay. So I'm just gonna leave the sketch like this. So I'm not going to change the colors as I'm using the original one. So when I change to here colors, they will only a little bit change this one because I already got these layers that are changing the colors to original. Just gonna add a little bit of vignette effect, just like that. Maybe a little bit less. Just gonna refine the edge a little bit, just like this. I'm gonna increase the visibility to make this, let's say, a border thinner. And now I'm gonna leave this color to white. You can sometimes just pick some colors from your subject, just like that. Okay, so just experiment with that. Okay, and let's just go to the adjustments. I'm just gonna add a little bit of the saturation, and I'm gonna make this layer again, as I have been removing some areas here. I was making them less visible. I was removing some areas of the subject, so this layer will still give the sharpen to those lines that were better visible before. So just gonna delete this layer, create again. Just go to the image, April image. Okay, filter. You'll probably have a filter here. Okay, but anyway, let's go like this. 2 pixels, overlay. Just gonna lower it like this. Okay, so let's just quickly check before and after. Okay, so you just got this effect with just a few minutes of customizing. Okay, so I'm pretty much happy with this effect. So I hope you understood everything. Okay, but if you still need any help or you got any questions, feel free to contact me anytime via my Envato profile page. Thanks.